finally got the car running again, running solid A1. So as you guys already know, I was having issues of the transmission engaging and all that stuff. I was thinking it was a transmission for a second, but then talking to everybody and just kind of thinking it through, it just kind of makes more sense that it was the clutch. So to talk about the whole situation, really, when the car's off, you could put it in gear, and you can go through all the gears. But then when you turn the car on, everything's moving now. Now nothing goes into gear, even on and off the clutch. So, well, really, the clutch could actually be okay. It could have just been the alignment. There was a few alignment pins that were. So one thing, I didn't even know that alignment pins were on the transmission. And so, when I was installing it and I had the gaps and all that stuff, that's when I realized there was alignment pins on the transmission housing and the motor. That's what was causing, the gap and, me breaking part of the block and part of the transmission, cracking the housing on there. Since I already had it on there, I got impatient. Let me just tighten it all the way until, it's nice and flat per se. But with alignment pins still in there, forcing each other and fighting each other, technically I don't think the transmission was fully aligned, which was probably causing it to not, smoothly engage and disengage. And so I ended up buying a new clutch, exiting clutch stage 1 instead of the spec stage 2. May or may not use that in the future. I don't know. I did some damage on that one trying to shove the transmission in there. But anyways, put a new clutch in. Had some friends come over and help me, put the transmission on solid without, shoving it in there or anything. And then I also took out all the dowel pins on the transmission housing and then just kept the ones that were on the motor in there. And then everything actually was installed a lot smoother this time. And so we also ended up bleeding the clutch very smooth this time. All the other times I was bleeding the clutch, I was doing it by myself. And I just don't think that was efficient enough. But I finally had my friends come out and help me bleed it. So we had 3 people out here, one filling, one on the pedal, and one bleeding at the bottom. So we got it nice and perfect. It's funny because I never had my clutch that smooth before. So now that I know what a clutch is supposed to feel like, it's crazy. I was like, yo, I thought it was just my clutch pedal, but it was actually just because I didn't bleed it all the way. And also the old clutch that I had in there, that clutch is pretty old. It's a OEM Nissan one. And so, it was time for that one to go. But anyways, car is finally running smooth. Super happy about that. Now we can move on to bigger and better things and actually drive this thing more. Man, I kind of miss driving it. I drove it the other day to make sure it's good. I still need to let the clutch break in, so I'm trying to drive it more often, more this weekend when I slide up to the homies. But for right now, it is time to do some damn body work. Oh yeah. So this is the front, as you guys can see. Let me go ahead and flip it around. Oh shoot, I'm already damaging it even more. Okay. Before the cams event, it was perfectly fine. And then I decided to run it at cams, first time ever driving. And I clipped some tires. I'm thinking I was okay, but actually the tires ended up just cracking the whole bottom end. Right here, on both sides, slightly right there. Oh, actually on both sides, so that's pretty bad. And then, a few spots here and there. So I'm gonna, this even got cracked. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to do some work on this John for sure. So that one is cooked, as well as the rear bumper. I also clipped some tires and ended up pulling off my whole rear bumper. So this is Dunzo right here on the inside. And then this was already imperfect coming from Japan. And also this corner right here, this is what it was like when I first got it. And then all the mounting points. So got to do some little fiberglass on that one, and then some major work on here. Luckily everything's still in pieces and not separated, so I'm gonna have to get to work on those. and then do some body work on this guy. Just FYI, I am no body expert. I have no experience besides what I do on my car. So I mean, I've been doing fiberglass on my car for the past 3 years, which would be considered 5 different times, all on different body kits. This will be the first time doing body repair on this kit, so but I'm pretty comfortable doing it myself now. It's not going to be perfect, but it's enough to look decent, so just let y'all know. Now this side was already dented. Actually, I don't know. I hit both sides at one point, but this side for sure is where I hit the tires and the bumper fell off. So I'm about to pull this out, and then I got my doors. They're got some dents on there. I think I have a dent on here from me jumping on it. So yeah, fenders, I'm gonna have to clean those up as well. So a bunch of body work. These Johnnies just dangling around. Figure out how to tighten that up. Hood is totally fine. Probably just need to get it nice and cleaned up and sand it down or whatever. Make it nice and clean and shiny again. And then deal with the sides, with the side mirrors. So a lot of body work that I need to do, because it is time to do some paint, man. I'm ready for paint job finally. Me and the homie were both ready. We just got to figure out what color we're about to do. But for right now, we're just going to start working on body work, getting that done. And then we're just going to have to decide by then. So that's about a month away. Man, yeah, about to get to work on that. Set this up and then show you guys the progress.